Alright, we are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here, Eric Rodriguez, every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, here to talk about the greatest thing in the world, professional wrestling, all the action inside and outside of the ring, backstage curtain calls. We talk about, inactive statuses, injury updates. We talk about basically anything under the sun, from the GCW to New Japan Professional Wrestling to TNA, Ring of Honor, AEW, WWE. If it makes major news in the world of professional wrestling, we talk about it here on this show 1010%. So make sure you guys Superman punch that, like and subscribe button to the show so you guys can get notifications whenever we decide to, go live. All right, guys, without further ado, let's talk about the birthday boy. Before that, of course, hit up the super chat, dips, and donations link. However you guys will, want to contribute to the show. So, happy birthday to Rey Mysterio, the famous luchador. And I gotta be honest, definitely one of my most, a lot of people's favorite in terms of the world of professional wrestling. This guy's literally, went to ECW to WCW and now WWE. Obviously, when WWE bought out WCW, I remember when he made his, debut. I think he went on top of the cage and he jumps. Like, oh my God, that's Rey Mysterio. I think it was Michael Cole. It could have been Michael Cole. It could have been Jim Ross. I'm not too sure. But, either way, iconic as hell. Rey Mysterio is celebrating a milestone birthday today. The big 5-0. And like I said, I do have some bad news. It looks like, after 30 plus years, Rey Mysterio has spoke about retiring when he comes to the age of 50. But obviously, athletes, say that all the time that they're going to retire. And, right now, WWE, even if he's a manager, even if he just, accompanies the LWO, that's something that fans would like to see. Not necessarily him jumping back into the squared circle once again. But you could tell not Dominic Mysterio, sorry, scratch that. Rey Mysterio, really, I feel like he is heading toward a retirement. He's heading toward a retirement. He brought his son in. He established his son as a heel. He established him as an actual character with, with a little bit of, what's the right word? With a little bit of teeth, with a little bit of bread, with a little bit of substance. Like this guy, Dominic Mysterio literally went from Rey Mysterio's son to the part where, like, okay, now he's Dirty Dom. He has his own persona. He has his own persona, and you can argument that it is because of his dad. He brought him in. He trained him up real good. Introduced him to a bunch of legends. They trained him up good. Dominic Mysterio, although, he's had his injuries in the past, and the way that they kind of, riddled this storyline to him, turning on his father, they set up Dominic Mysterio for success. He set up for success. And this is something that, WWE, I feel like they did it for Rey. They did it, basically everything that he's done for the company. I feel like they did it for Rey. Right now, you have, basically they can announce, oh, we have Dominic Mysterio taking on Rey Mysterio again, father versus son. And, this is going to be a booking that everybody's literally going to sink their teeth into. This is a match that you will literally, tune in because you're like, oh, this is going to be, you're interested. So, literally keeping that constant, out for his son to possibly be in the main event kind of frame. It's good. It's good. So Rey Mysterio literally came to WWE. He came to professional wrestling, literally set out and accomplished everything in his dreams. So I thought that was, super cool. From his rising popularity in ECW to making a global impact in WCW and WWE. He was in WCW for 5 years, joined WWE in 2001. Rey Mysterio is 5'6", 200 pounds. In 1997, he faced, Eddie Guerrero at Halloween Havoc, and he's a very, he popularized Lucha Libre. For quite some time, it was just the Lucha Libre was something that you can catch on television, maybe Saturday or Sunday on some, random channel, like maybe Spike TV, and it's like, oh, cool, Lucha Libre. He literally popularized Lucha Libre, and, he brought Mexico's fast-paced, high-flying, and he's an international ambassador. That's something that Rey Mysterio has done, super well. Obviously, see him in the picture right there with the Boys and Girls Club, loved by all, not just fans, but of coworkers and colleagues. Also, WWE personnel and professionals. Rey Mysterio's just, he's a good man. He's a good man. He's a great father, great wrestler. You can't really get any bigger, can't really get anything better than Rey Mysterio. He's won multiple titles. He has, I think, 3 World Championship reigns. In 2006, he won the WWE Royal Rumble as the second entrant, lasting more than an hour. Like I was talking about his feud with his son when you had the spank that was heard all around the world, which was, kind of funny as hell. In 2020, at the age of 45, Rey Mysterio told the world, told Lillian Garcia, and I quote, "I don't really see myself going past 50. My body feels great now. I've been doing new methods of therapy, stem cells, hyperbolic chambers, cryo chambers, CBDs. A lot of things that benefit me. I think that has given me more longevity. And maybe him having that take could possibly mean he could be wrestling for longer than and the end of this year. But if it's not, you kind of, you take it with a grain of salt and just kind of overall, just feel appreciative that you were here during the time to watch the best that Lucha Libre ever had to offer, that had to offer back in the. I'm not saying that there's not any other superstars out there that have made an impact in terms of the world of professional wrestling, because there's a lot. But Rey Mysterio just did it. He did it differently. In 2023, he entered the WWE Hall of Fame. Rey Mysterio told Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour that he hopes to retire within the next year, and a year and a half, or maybe even 2. So obviously, like I said, bad news. Maybe he might be hanging up his mask pretty damn soon. Will he decide to retire? Obviously, you got John Cena's retirement tour, coming around next year. You got Goldberg wrestling his final match in 2025. AJ Styles getting injured, he's hinted at retirement before. And, all you could really do is kind of tip your hat to Rey Mysterio for drawing so much attention in terms of the Latino market, in terms of Lucha Libre, and just, kind of bringing fans from all different types of demographics together. There's a lot of professional wrestling fans that, they kind of, and I'm not trying to get political here or anything like that. Like, you mostly see, that white guy, holding up the championship. And I'm not saying it, not trying to dig into any of those, I'm not trying to open a can of worms here. But then you had Rey Mysterio kind of do it. And, and it's not just like, it's not just about race. It's not just about ethnicity. WWE superstars literally are bulky. They're tall. They're these strapping guys that when they walk into the bar, you're like, holy crap, I would never ever want to mess with that guy. And Rey Mysterio is like, this guy's 5'6", 200 pounds, and he's able to put on quality matches. And it doesn't matter, how big the other guys are. Rey Mysterio was able to, he was able to shine himself. He was able to let other people shine ahead of him. He's absolutely great at putting over young superstars like Santos Escobar. Obviously, when he brought Andrade, but the whole LWO thing, what he's doing with with everybody in that kind of picture. And, obviously we talked about it before with his son, Dominic Mysterio, literally, kind of helping him out, kind of helping Dom out there, kind of establish himself as an actual character as opposed to, oh, that's just Rey Mysterio's son. He's going to suck once when his dad leaves. He gave him a storyline. He gave him a life. He gave them the keys to the Lamborghini to be successful in WWE. Now, you kind of have to have, now it's on WWE's booking. Obviously, you kind of still have this thing with the, with the lingering Judgment Day and his, romance with Liv Morgan, and then now with the addition of Raquel Rodriguez. But overall, Feliz Cumpleaños, happy birthday to my man, Rey Mysterio, the best Lucha Libre superstar so far. To ever, grace God's green earth. Obviously, like I said, there's probably been more that were kind of under the radar, but WWE's never really embraced, independent wrestling circuits, in the past until now with this new, WWE Next in Line and ID program, which is going to be great. All right, we talked about a little bit about Rey Mysterio. Now in our 5th and final segment, we're going to talk about some of the birthday boys' most iconic matches. So grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice cold beverage, and join me here in about 25 seconds. So hey, do not go anywhere.